Do you want me to just say I told you so, or are you willing?
The EuroLeague are allegedly prepared to break the bank to bring Caitlin Clark on board. They are set to offer Caitlin a huge offer that could tempt her into playing overseas and leave the WNBA with 0 stars to get away from the toxic league and finally catch a break. With Caitlin being compared to Angel Reese all season long, and even veteran players turning on her, this could be the perfect time to make the move and show the league who's the real MVP.
Because actually, if you think about it, like, could Angel be, this is a question, right? Get us at us in the comments. Could Angel be for Reebok what Jordan was for Nike?
She has increased players' wages throughout the league, and some are still not happy. Angel Reese was bragging on a live stream thinking that she's the star player.
And keep hating. I love when y'all do that.
Pays the bills.
Hey, and pays them bills, baby. I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills.
These players have got comfortable with the Caitlin Clark effect. She could go to Europe and earn 10 times her salary in the WNBA, whilst getting treated better by the league.
And then you had some jealousy, not by most, not by all, but there were some people within the WNBA, players, pundits, etc., that were trying to tear her down. And so how y'all look now? See, I love how everybody trying to change the argument. My man Shannon Sharp went off about it this morning, how there were so many people getting at people like him, getting at people like me and others, trying to change the freaking narrative. When people were trying to knock her down, they were trying to bring credibility to the argument. They weren't jealous.
As the EuroLeague prepares to offer her a record-breaking transfer deal, the basketball world is buzzing with speculation. Caitlin Clark, a rising star who has dominated the court in the WNBA, might soon become one of the highest-paid players in the sport, both domestically and internationally. This potential move highlights not only her undeniable talent, but also the sharp contrast between how she's been treated in the WNBA and the recognition she's receiving overseas. Why does this potential transfer hold such significance for Clark's career? It could be the defining moment that marks her transition to a league that fully acknowledges her worth. Despite carrying the WNBA on her back, bringing in record viewership and setting attendance records, Caitlin hasn't always received the respect she deserves.
Cheryl Swoops, all y'all other haters out there, and I'm gonna call you out, man. Because it's blatantly obvious why you're hating on the young lady.
The news of Caitlin Clark potentially making a massive salary overseas has stirred up feelings of jealousy and discontent among her WNBA peers. Many players are frustrated by the fact that Clark, still early in her career, could be on the verge of securing a contract that dwarfs their own. In a league where players fight tooth and nail for contracts that often pale in comparison to what male athletes make, the idea that Clark could earn 10 times more in the EuroLeague has led to a growing sense of unease. There's a growing perception that Caitlin may be abandoning the WNBA, leaving her fellow players to continue battling for smaller paychecks while she enjoys financial security overseas. This has sparked tension within the league, as some players feel that Clark's departure would weaken the WNBA, while others may quietly respect her decision to seek better opportunities. After all, why should Caitlin Clark, who has already proven herself as a top talent, settle for less when she could earn so much more abroad?
It's a tangible thing, right? Yes, we can say she's a dog. Okay, there's been other dogs. Okay, she's a great shooter. There's been other great shooters. She has it. She's got the thing. We can't assign it.
Initially, Caitlin Clark had made it clear that she intended to take a break from basketball after her rookie season in the WNBA. She expressed a desire to step away, citing the need for rest and recovery after a grueling year. Clark stated that she had no plans to play abroad during her break, leaving fans and teammates under the impression that she would be spending time away from the court altogether. However, in recent developments, it seems that Caitlin may have changed her mind. Rumors have begun to circulate that she is now considering playing in Europe, with the EuroLeague emerging as a strong contender for her next career move. What led to this change of heart? Some speculate that the treatment she has received in the WNBA, both on and off the court, may have played a role in her decision to reconsider playing abroad.
What's your perspective on this narrative that players of the WNBA are hating on Caitlin Clark?
It's a false narrative, Chanae, and I don't think there's any jealousy or pettiness that is fueling dirty play. Now, is the attention she's getting on the defensive end unprecedented for a rookie?
Clark's departure from the WNBA to Europe would mark a significant shift in her career, signaling that she may be looking for a fresh start. After a season filled with both triumph and hardship, Caitlin might see this as an opportunity to reset, explore new opportunities, and showcase her talents on a global stage. But this decision isn't just about basketball, it's also about finding a place where she feels valued and respected, something she hasn't always experienced during her time in the WNBA.
This draft class, 2024, led by Caitlin Clark, it's going to be one. It's going to be one. They're going to remember this.
Oh, yeah.
And these salaries, these women salaries.
It's going to continue to go up.
Despite her incredible contributions to the league, Caitlin Clark hasn't always been treated with the respect she deserves. While she has been the WNBA's biggest draw, bringing in record viewership numbers and filling stadiums, she has often found herself at the center of conflict, both with her teammates and opponents. One incident in particular stands out. During a game, Caitlin was struck in the face by an opposing player, resulting in a black eye.
Oh, I'm sorry. You poked me in the eye. You did. I did not poke you. Did you do it on purpose? I did not poke you in the eye. Did you do it on purpose?
What made the situation even worse was the reaction from Caitlin's own teammate, Nalissa Smith. Instead of standing by Clark, Smith laughed off the incident, even going so far as to joke about it with the player who had injured Clark. To make matters worse, that player was Smith's girlfriend, further complicating the dynamics within the team. For Caitlin, this betrayal must have felt like a slap in the face, highlighting the toxic environment she was operating in. Nalissa could have told DJ she was out of order for laughing about it, but no. She's shown where her priorities lie. Despite these challenges, Caitlin Clark continued to rise to the occasion. Her performance on the court remained stellar, and she didn't let the negativity around her affect her game. But the emotional toll of dealing with such disrespect, from both her teammates and the league, must have weighed heavily on her. Perhaps this is why the idea of leaving the WNBA for a fresh start in Europe has become increasingly appealing to her. There is no denying Caitlin Clark's massive impact on the WNBA during her rookie season. She has been the league's biggest draw, constantly bringing in the most viewership and filling arenas wherever she played. In fact, the Indiana Fever, Clark's team, broke attendance records, achieving the highest attendance ever recorded in the history of the WNBA. She has a unique presence that draws people in, whether through her remarkable shooting or her unwavering determination. Fans flock to see her play, and her jersey sales have soared, making her one of the most recognizable faces in women's sports. For the WNBA, Caitlin Clark has been a marketing dream come true, yet they still don't give her protection against players with an agenda.
With Caitlin comes millions and millions and millions of more eyeballs. And with those millions and millions and millions of more eyeballs, unfortunately, is going to come some people who are not nice.
Yet, despite everything she has done for the league, the WNBA has not always treated Caitlin with the respect and support she deserves. Instead of rallying around her and acknowledging her contributions, the league has often allowed negativity and jealousy to cloud its appreciation for its star player. This lack of support has only fueled rumors of Clark's potential move to Europe, where she may find the recognition and respect that has been lacking in her time in the WNBA. Caitlin Clark has undoubtedly been the shining star of the WNBA this year, but instead of receiving the support she deserves, she has faced an astonishing lack of recognition from the league itself and its players. This reality becomes even more evident when you consider how her treatment, both from her teammates and from opposing players, has been far from welcoming. As a rookie, Caitlin entered the WNBA full of promise, but instead of receiving the celebration her talent warrants, she was faced with opposition at every turn. Her stellar performances, which should have made her a unanimous pick for Rookie of the Year, were unfairly scrutinized. She wasn't able to win unanimously, and many people believe this was a result of personal biases rather than a fair assessment of her basketball prowess.
Clark was only one vote away from winning it unanimously, the Rookie of the Year award. Congrats on winning the Rookie of the Year award, but how is it not unanimous? I get that people don't like her, whatever the case may be, but honestly, she led rookies in every category pretty much. She took her team to the playoffs for the first time in like 10 years. She was the first ever rookie to get a triple-double. More than one.
The animosity Caitlin has faced from fellow players and even from her own team seems to be driven by jealousy over her success. Some may feel threatened by the amount of attention she has received, but that attention is well earned. After all, Caitlin Clark isn't just any player, she is arguably the biggest name in women's basketball today. Her unparalleled skill, determination, and ability to draw in massive crowds have transformed the league. Yet, despite all of this, she has had to carry the weight of the WNBA on her shoulders, while dealing with disrespect from those around her.
You're not entirely accurate with what you just said. What we said was there was noise out there. When we pointed that out, we said why? What was the necessity for it? Because a rising tide lifts all boats.
It's clear that the WNBA has not done enough to protect its rising star. Instead of building a support system around Caitlin, the league has allowed jealousy and animosity to fester. This failure has not only hurt Caitlin, but has also damaged the WNBA's reputation, especially among fans who are beginning to question why the league hasn't shown more appreciation for its most valuable player. The EuroLeague's interest in Caitlin is a clear indication that they recognize her value far more than her own home league does. If the transfer goes through, Caitlin could be playing in Europe for a salary that is significantly higher than what she is currently earning in the WNBA. In fact, rumors suggest that Caitlin's EuroLeague contract could be worth up to 10 times what her WNBA counterparts are making. For many WNBA players who are stuck with smaller contracts and less recognition, this potential deal only adds to the jealousy and frustration they already feel toward Caitlin.
You don't even... Yo! I'm living beyond my means! It's like... No, my rent is more than that. It's 8,000. I'm living beyond my means.
But the reality is that this is exactly what Caitlin Clark deserves. She has worked tirelessly to elevate women's basketball, and if the WNBA isn't going to give her the respect and financial reward that she has earned, then it makes perfect sense for her to seek out opportunities elsewhere. The EuroLeague seems to be offering Caitlin not only the financial security she deserves, but also the chance to continue growing as a player without the toxic atmosphere she has experienced in the WNBA.
You were literally the best player in this,
Right. Because I think you can be the best player and not be the most dominant.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because I don't have it in front of me, but I wasn't the leading scorer.
By allowing this kind of deal to even be a possibility, the WNBA is essentially admitting that they haven't treated her well enough to keep her. If the league had built a better relationship with Caitlin, one that was based on mutual respect and recognition for her talents, it's likely that she wouldn't even be considering a move to Europe. But because the WNBA has allowed jealousy and rivalry to get in the way, Caitlin is now on the verge of leaving the league behind entirely. The EuroLeague, on the other hand, seems eager to capitalize on the WNBA's mistakes. They know that Caitlin Clark is a game changer, and they are prepared to offer her a deal that reflects her true worth. This is a major win for Caitlin, but it's also a significant loss for the WNBA, which may soon find itself without its biggest star.
At the end of the day, we were making the point, do you want to promote the league or not? And people like Andrea and others were resistant to that playing a role in somebody making the roster for Team USA. And we were saying, hell with that. You want to promote the sport. You put that girl up in there. And people were appalled at that notion. That was the subject.
Caitlin's fan base isn't just large, it's incredibly dedicated. People don't just watch her play, they invest emotionally in her success. It's been created because of the resilience she has shown throughout her career, especially in her rookie season in the WNBA, where she faced numerous challenges. Her fans feel connected to her story, and they've seen how hard she's worked to overcome every obstacle in her path. So, what happens if Caitlin does decide to leave the WNBA and head to Europe? Her fans are going with her. They're loyal to her as an individual, and they believe she deserves the best possible treatment, regardless of the league she plays in. If that means following her across the world to support her in a new chapter of her career, they'll do it without a second thought.
Caitlin Clark's the most valuable, most important person in the WNBA this year, and should have been unanimous Rookie of the Year.
Caitlin Clark's move to the EuroLeague could be a groundbreaking moment in women's basketball, marking a shift in the power dynamics between international leagues and the WNBA. As the EuroLeague prepares to offer her a record-breaking contract, it highlights how much Clark's value has grown on the global stage. The EuroLeague, by offering such a lucrative contract, is showing that they understand Caitlin Clark's worth, which will sit well with CC fans as finally a league will see her for what she is, a basketball phenom, a generational talent. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. More videos are on screen now.